Right, am I back? Hey guys, right, hang on. The heck is that? Right, we can see me. Right, it looks like everything seems to be sorted now. Hello. Right, is that better, guys? I feel like it's working better. Hang on, let me just check with the task manager and see what the CPU performance is like. It's not as bad, it's only around the 72% mark now. Last time it was running absolutely flat out 100%. So that seems to be better. The picture seems to be, it's not quite as smooth, but yeah, it's fine. Is the audio still okay? Is the picture okay, guys? Let me know. Yes. Any drops showing on your side on the USB? Let me just check the performance window. Your stream quality is very good. Apparently my CPU... Oh, I didn't realise you could get that up, actually. That's quite interesting. So, dropped frames. Apparently I don't have any now, and I've got 30 frames a second. So, fingers crossed. I think that sorted it. So, no, I had to change the encoder. I changed the encoder over, and yeah, then at that point it kind of just went and restarted the whole program. So yeah, that's why you lost me for a moment there. So ever so sorry, guys. Right, anyway, so yeah, loads has happened, loads has changed on the layout and everything like that. I'm sorry I've not kept most of you up to date with things. Obviously it's been a bit of a chaotic time, settling into a new job now, but I've been doing it since the end of March, so that's pretty cool. But it's just chaotic. So I work from home now as well, as some of you guys know, and it's quite literally a case of I spend most of my week out here, and then no offence to you guys or anything like that, but it comes around to the weekend and I'm just like so busy with other stuff I'm doing, trying to sit down here and then come into the workshop and do some bits in the evening on a Sunday night. It's not really pumping the enthusiasm with me, but we've had quite a lapsed day today. You know, we've been home since about 5 o'clock and I've just been kind of mulling around and all this kind of stuff, and I don't know, I just said to Jenna, do you know what, I think I'm going to go and do a live stream, and she was like, oh, you know, cool, what do you think, you know? So yeah, here I am, probably a lot more rounder than you last saw me, to be honest. That's the other downside with working at home. You constantly go to the snack drawer all the time, and you're not really as active as you want to be. So I think I might have to start. Iron Horse, you crack me up. I'll get onto that in a minute. So I need to kind of do some sort of exercise regime, which basically keeps me active and all this sort of stuff. I've even contemplated going on a go cycling, just cycle around the block prior to me basically starting the day of work. So yeah, I could do that as well. So what's the job? Basically, I now work for Ellis Clark Trains, and I'm basically their electronics guy. So basically, I'm doing all the new stuff, all the new wonderful bits for them, working on production stuff. Yeah, it's very exciting. It's a completely new side of it, because obviously I'm used to doing retail and then a bit of DCC sound stuff and all this lot, but now I actually get to shove all the lovely goodness and everything like that I really want in models. I get to put that all in from word go. So yeah, I'm really excited about it, really pumped about it. It's really, really cool. New junction train pimp. Yep, quite literally. You know, as a lot of you have probably gathered by now, it's quite literally a case of I do get a standard model, and the first thing I do is I tend to rip them apart and basically put all the stuff that I want in them. So I want all the extra lights, I want all the extra speakers, I want all these extra things that basically make this model better than it should, better than it is. So yeah, that's kind of what I've basically been asked to do. So I'm really excited about it. I'm really quite pumped about it. I can't say too much about things, but obviously, as projects get talked about and etc., then so that's pretty cool. Robert, yes, I was with Rails. Basically, I was with Rails towards the end of last year, and basically up to the end of March. Basically, what happened is I needed, circumstances changed, and I needed to be very much closer to home instead of an hour away. So basically, I left Rails, and I was looking to go back and work on the real railways. I was looking to go and do signal engineering work around Retford Worksop sort of area, so I was closer to home. And then in the midst of me kind of leaving, I spoke to a few people and said this was happening and this is what I was going to be doing, etc. And word got around and all this lot. And basically then I got asked to basically give Ellis a call, and gave him a call, went up and saw him, and then everything changed. Rails was fantastic about it. They were really good about it. I told them this is what was happening, this is what I was doing. They were really happy for me, and they were really, they're really quite supportive actually. And really, really good. I can't fault them in any way, shape, or form actually. Really good about it, and really was quite sad to go actually. I was hoping to put a bit more of a stamp on, a bit more of my own stamp on the place, but never mind. There we go. Ellis Clark will be releasing loads of models called JMC Edition. I wish that would be quite cool, wouldn't it? The JMC Edition. But then you've seen me working away in the background with things. For instance, New Junction that's in the chat here, guys. I did some work for him fairly recently on his Ellis Clark Black 5, where we basically turned it over to radio control for him to go in his garden railway. That was a really good video, well received. I was really happy with the way it came out. And it's just it's sort of sparked off some other ideas as well. So my wife's 08. Some of you may have seen that at the Loughborough show over the weekend. It's been trundling back and forth on 8 feet of track. It sounds interesting when you say 8 feet of track, but it's a 5-inch gauge model, so realistically it probably does about 10 revolutions of the wheels before it basically has to stop. It's basically just been used as a bit of a fun sort of gimmick kind of thing over there at the weekend. So I was there yesterday, had lots of fun there, and basically my friend who I was with, Johnny Ward, I basically left it with him, and he's been trundling it back and forth all day long, I believe. I haven't had a phone call to say it's dropped off the table yet, so that's probably a good thing. And it's probably a good thing for him too, because he'd have to answer to my wife then, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in the middle of that. The workshop is an absolute state, is the best way to explain it. There is stuff piled up all around the floor, all around, all down there. It's just stuff everywhere. It's absolutely bonkers. I'll give you a quick little tour around the layout, so you can see the things that changed. So obviously, station area wise, not a lot's changed. We'll skip on here. Now the eagle eye viewers amongst you have already spotted this, but basically we've got some buildings going all across the back there as well, and some of you may notice this little sort of brown kind of track that's on the left hand side of the screen there, and that is basically a magnetic tape. So what I've done is I've got some of the Wiesmann eMotion trucks, which I've been playing with, and they're basically trundling around the layout, as you can see just in front of your screen now. That's pretty cool. I'm quite excited by those as well. I believe they're doing a Volkswagen Beetle, which I want to get. The Beetle will basically run at this end and basically just trundle back and forth along the layout. I just thought it gave us a bit more movement and something more interesting than just basically waiting for me to move trains, etc. So they are very cool. So I've got two of them. I've got the silver Mercedes and a blue Mercedes that's got basically a tipper on the back. So you'll see that in a minute, basically. But yeah, basically just running one at a time and just letting them traverse all the way around. They are HO scale, that is correct. But basically in this instance, they don't really stick out too much, actually. If you sort of compare them to I'll grab something like, I believe this is an Austin something or other. If I plonk Mr. Austin just down there in the middle, you can basically see the size comparison there with the truck, etc. I don't think they look too terrible. I've certainly not really noticed any difference in them. And what that's basically doing is the bridge section that's just to my side here basically comes up behind the station, as you can see there, as it's running around the back there, loops around the back of the platform, and then basically just heads back down the ramp underneath the bridge section here. So I'll put it on the camera there, so you'll see it trundle off down the back there. And what it does is it comes underneath the railway and comes over to this side, and basically you'll see it climb up this side here, and then when I come around to this section here, you'll see there's been a bit of alteration there, some sort of remnants there of some problems I had when I did the board, changed the board a little bit. But anyway, Harrenville, great to see you in the live chat, liking my videos. Yeah. Captain Picard in the Star Wars X-Wing fighter. Yeah, I bet you weren't popular by some people, but anyway. Never mind. Yeah, so that's basically what's changed a little bit on this side. You can see the track has moved a few places over there as well. Basically just try and get the trucks to basically pass each other. So yeah. Instead of the trucks, you need Leylands. Yeah, no, we need lots of different things, basically. Jerry BVR, good evening. Be shortly. No, thank you. No, I really appreciate everyone popping in and everything like that. So 17 viewers at the moment, so I'm quite happy about that. Or 18 actually, by the looks of it. Sorry. No, I'm quite happy about that, honestly, because it's just such an ad hoc kind of thing. I've not really expected most people, but I thought it'd be nice to do a little channel update and so on. Camera wise, everything goes a bit mad, unfortunately. It's all changed very much so. So yeah, you'll notice, let me just keep over here a little bit. So you'll notice this section here, so it used to cut off round there and basically run round, so I've basically enlarged this section of the layout a little bit. Unfortunately, I did manage to break the seams of the joints with the fascia board that I've got going around, so I just need to do a bit of wood filling and some painting, etc. You can see the tape that basically comes around the top there. That will basically be eventually filled in and gravelled in, but at this stage I wanted to leave it so it was accessible. Obviously I'd filled all this in prior, so I've had to dig all this gravel out basically to allow me to get the tape in place, etc. And that's taken a little bit of fettling at times, is probably the best way to explain it, but it has worked out quite well. You'll see that there's a 20 that has appeared on the layout as well. So the 20 is one that I purchased off Anthony at AGR Models down in Leighton Buzzard. I bought that off him at the Key Model World live show. Saw some of you there, really nice to see you all there. And the Key Model World live show was also Halland, my exhibition layout Halland. That was the last show I did with it. It has now been sold, basically. So I was running out of space, I was running out of storage. I had plans to build another layout as well. So again, keep your eye out for that one, guys, as well. I'll be doing some little videos about that as it progresses. At the moment it's just some bare baseboards at the moment, so nothing exciting just yet. But Halland has now been sold. Basically it was a gentleman who basically wanted a model railway in his garage for quite a long time and all this sort of stuff, and yeah, basically felt that he could home it. So that's exactly what he did. He basically gave it a nice home. So yeah, sad. I think is probably the worst. The worst thing about it. I've had that layout sort of in my life since sort of 2012. And I've taken it to exhibitions all up and down the country, all over the place. It's been a layout that's really got me known. Myself and a chap called Ron North from my old model railway club, we did a fantastic job on building the layout. Ron's painting his artwork and all that sort of stuff on the back scenes. Lots of people used to comment on that, etc. Dave Fryer, he was prolific, I think is probably the best way to explain him. He would come to shows up and down the country all the time with the layout, etc. And everyone else that basically helped me with that layout over the years. It was Key Model World Live. It was a really good way to send the layout off, and I was really happy that it got invited. And the few of us that ran it, we had a fantastic time on it. It was really good, really, really good. So it's not the Faller car system, Arranville. It's the Wiesmann car motion system, basically. So these trucks actually have little sensors in them, so they can start, stop, they can activate, indicate. They can do all sorts of stuff. I mean, I've even got a remote control for them as well. So whilst they follow a track, but I can speed them up, I can slow them down and put them in reverse. I can activate all the different lighting functions on them, turn them on, turn them off, obviously, etc. But yeah, it's a very cool system, the car motion system from Wiesmann. Very cool, very excited. Looking forward to the little Volkswagen Beetle coming from them, because the idea is the Beetle will be the one trundling at this end of the layout, and then these two trucks that we can see going round, they're going to make their way down to the other end of the layout. The other end of the layout is progressing slowly, but there are some new sections of track, and I've been working quite heavily on some of the buildings at the far end, putting lots of LED lights in them. I mean, the single road diesel depot, or single roads maintenance, what they call it, servicing maintenance depot, something like that, I can't remember what it is now. That has 44 LEDs in it. So yeah, I've gone a bit LED mad lately as well. I've got various projects around. I've got an 08 sat in front of me actually, which is just trying to be finished off at the moment. Actually, that's got lots of LEDs in it. So that's nearly there. I'm so close. It's annoying, but it's one of those really annoying things that by the time you get everything together, you realise you've broken one of the very fine cat whisker wires, and that's quite irritating. The other one is you've also got to be careful of the flywheel, because as I found out, the flywheel snags the wire, and it breaks very easy. So yeah, that was not a fun experience. I do apologise to that particular individual. I've had it for quite a long time now. I'm not going to say how long because it is embarrassing. But this is kind of the things that I'm facing at the moment. I am struggling with doing work all day long to then basically get on with people's projects or my own projects, etc. It's exhausting at times. So again, public apologies, and please bear with me. Great layout changes. Oh no, there's plenty more to come, definitely. The Caroline, yes, I have a Caroline. Have you altered Caroline, John? I have sound in the Caroline, actually. I haven't done much with it yet. Basically, I've got one of the V5 FX lock sound decoders, basically. So my plan is to do quite a bit with that as well. But yeah, it's a cool model. Basically wanted one to go with the 37s. didn't really want the green one because it was the green livery, because it was literally a case of sorry, Peter Jackson. Yeah, I think the second one. I don't remember now. Unfortunately, it doesn't say it on the remote. It just says car motion with a V. Oh, actually, hang on. Hang on. I've got the software on my, because I bought the programmer for them as well. Because let's face it, I wouldn't be happy with the standard stuff, would I? Let me just load up the program and I shall tell you. So it is. I'm going to put it in the chat now. Eastman car motion. There you go. No, they are very cool. There's lots of cool things you can do with them, etc. Everything. Those semaphores are the Dapple ones. I will currently go round and reset a lot of them. There you go. They're all nice and noisy, as you can hear. So yeah, that definitely makes for fun. So anyway, I'll carry on around the layout, etc. I have no idea what button I'm on now. I'm on 5, I think. Yep, 5. Right, so junction 1, basically you can see not a lot's changed there really, other than the addition of new locomotives, etc. So yeah. However, the amusing thing about that Class 20 is I have actually, of course, being me, I have actually gone and done the usual kind of thing where I've put lights, etc. all on it, cab light, etc. all those kind of things basically. So yeah, I've been keeping it busy. Signal box ding is ace. Yeah, that's just the Train Tech ones, I believe. Train Tech little sound units that they do. So yeah, not a lot's changed there. Need to do some work over there still, etc. Right, we'll go to number 5. This is probably the latest camera angle you've seen. That took ages. Why did that take so long? Oh, look at that, and all the chat has all popped up in the thing now. That's quite funny. So yeah, basically this is probably the newest camera angle you've seen. I've tried to move it out a little bit further into the layout, because at one point on the right hand side you can see there's like a wall there. That's basically the supporting post to the garage. So yeah, basically had to kind of do that. Since you were last live, John, you're now wearing glasses. So there's that. No, I've always worn glasses. It's just quite literally a case of that sometimes I don't wear them because I forget to stick them on in the morning. I only need them for driving really, so I'm short-sighted. So anything close up to me, I'm good. Anything far away from me gets a bit of a problem. But as I've found the last few times, every time I'm not wearing my glasses, I do squint a little bit to try and read the text on the screen in front of me. Maybe I should just enlarge the text a little bit. That'd probably make it easier for me. So yeah, the only other thing that has changed is obviously I've got significantly rounder in the midsection. But there we go. So there's new track in the station area. Where's the new track in the station area? Correct size ballast. What? I don't know where you're getting all this from, Clydebridge, or is that you? So no, the ballast is fine, but yeah, that's a good camera view. Yeah, so the idea is that's basically out the front of the signal box. So the signal boxes have, so the signal box in front of me just here, and the signal box which is over there, which you can see my finger pointing to just here. That's basically the cameras are now in those. I'm still using those little cameras. I still have one more to use around the railway. So yeah, I will do that at some point as well. Obviously we have the overhead one for the shed, which is lurking up high in the sky, that kind of thing. Not sure there's been anything really change over there. Maybe a couple of buildings, etc. Now the little tiny signal box that is just here, I do kind of have a plan to put this camera, this spare camera. Hang on, I'll grab it. Just here. So this camera just here. Little tiny camera there, probably no bigger than my fingernail, basically. And then a little board, etc. But yeah, basically, I do have a plan to put that inside that little signal box. Now, I did run a poll. I haven't forgot about this. Oh, it's beating me to it. Oh dear. Right. Everything's going to change colour a little bit, guys. This is the major thing that has changed. It looks quite funky now. It looks like I'm in the red room, doesn't it? That doesn't sound good at all, does it? But anyway, right. So yeah, I do have a plan to put that in there as well, etc. So yeah, you'll notice around the layout that a few lights have now turned on in places, etc. What is actually happening is the main lights inside here are all turned off, and I'm basically just using the layout lights. Now, I've basically gone round and fitted light bars everywhere with some LED strip lights. So I have one across there in front of me, and I have one down the side here, and I have another one down there, and then up till last week I didn't have one in there at all. But as you can see, it's now fully lit down there as well. I do have some little plastic strips that I need to put up, because basically a lot of the light is being wasted by coming out too far into the middle of the room. So the idea is I want it contained and back, so I've got some 40mm plastic strip to go along the front. Stripper lights, excellent. You do not want to see this. Stripper lights. Oh, how funny. Right, yeah, so basically I have a lighting system on the layout now, which basically is set up throughout sort of time to basically do different things throughout the sort of thing. It's to highlight a bit more lighting around the layout. I need to put lights in lots more things, etc., and do more with it. But basically, as you can see, so far so good. It's probably the best way to explain it. So yeah, where am I at to? I can't remember what camera I'm on now. So we're on the turntable camera. I'll just skip down here a little bit. Obviously, it's a bit red. So I need to play around with some of the settings a little bit, which is good. Oh, 24 people watching. Wow, I'm quite flattered by that, actually. I didn't realise that so many people would tune in. But anyway, yeah, so as you can see, I do need to have a play around with the colour. God, that's awful, that one, isn't it? Let me just go and see if I can play with the... Oh, dear. Laurie was struggling a bit up the hill there. Yeah, so I need to basically play around with some of the settings, etc., because it's not particularly good, is it? Let's be honest. Never mind, I'll have to do that another time. So yeah, so the turntable camera is still in the same place. Tunnel camera has basically moved. So instead of being on the pillar that you can basically see in front of us here, oh, that's awful. So yeah, the pillar you can see on the left-hand side there was where the camera was originally situated. So basically I've moved that higher up the bridge along the retaining wall, the sloped, the raised, I can't think of the word now. Can't think of the word I'm looking for here. But basically that is, oh my goodness, this is really red, isn't it? I didn't realise it was that bad on camera actually. It's not that red in here, it's quite subtle. But on the camera it just looks horrendously red. It's more like a pink sort of colour, like a really light pink. But yeah, it's extremely red on the camera. Wow. So I really will have to play around with that. Cool. So yeah. The cameras are not really coping with the light thing, etc. I don't have any cameras down the far end yet. All I've got is the Loop one. Now the Loop, as you can see there, is currently just a dumping ground, is the best way to explain it. And so is that end of the layout itself as well. That's turned into a bit of a dumping ground for everything. Big boxes, some, as you can see, I've been doing some racking as well, you can see there. But yeah, so the layouts in that sort of sense hasn't really changed much. The other end of the layout, on the other hand, and if you bear with me a second, I'll just turn the camera around so you can see it. So yeah, this end heading back towards me, so I'm up here basically. You can see there that things have started to progress and change, etc. So you've got the two main lines that run along, and then basically you've got two carriage sidings, and then on the far right hand side where the track isn't quite joined up at the moment, that will be the long line that basically leads down into the maintenance depot. The tunnel, I'm kind of planning with the idea of the tunnel being where it is. The idea of that being is that whole section from the tunnel all the way to the brick wall will be covered over, and that will then allow me I look red hot here. If I get my head sort of like there, then you sort of get the actual light off the underside of the layout as well, because that's the other thing. When you've got the layout lighting on and the main lights aren't on, you've got no lighting underneath. So I've actually installed lighting all the way underneath and round the layout as well, so you've got normal lights underneath here, so you can still carry on and do your work, etc. I've always had a light here on my desk to do the work, but I've had to basically now carry that all the way on the underside of the layout now. So it works really well. Obviously, as you know, this layout is above me here, so it works really well having the light underneath, and then the actual layout lights above. But then at the same token, I then need to push the lighting back as well. So I can't remember if it's 10 minutes now. I can't remember what I've set it to now, if it's 10 or 15 minutes basically. But this is basically gone to evening at the moment. So the layout is in evening mode. If I skip back to camera 2, you'll see that the buildings with the lights, they've all come on, etc. Obviously the pub in the corner there, I need to basically work on some light bleed. Actually, do you know what? That's a really bad position for me, isn't it? Look, let's go over here with me. Let's chuck me over there, because now you can see the actual buildings in the corner, etc. Mind you, there isn't a good position for me here, is there? Oh, actually, that's probably the best one. Stick me down in that corner. There we go. That's probably the best one, because then you can still see the layout, etc. But yeah, so there still needs a little bit of work around places, etc. So I'm still trying to work things out, but it's I mean, it's exhausting at times. I mean, I'm very busy. Sometimes the job doesn't strictly run from a 9 to 5 kind of aspect, because sometimes I'm up early in the morning to talk to factories in other countries, etc. And we work late sometimes and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm so happy to be doing it. I'm absolutely loving it. And you know, Ellis Clark as a whole, you know, he's a fantastic bloke to work for. The company themselves, they're all awesome people there, really just great. Really am enjoying myself. It's very surreal being that Dakota's gone back ages ago, mate. I'm just waiting for it. I did say it would be a while, so I do apologise about that. But no, I'm still waiting for it. It's gone back. It went back months ago, I think. Thinking about it, it was about 2 weeks after you sent it back to me. It went back. It went back with another one of Dakota as well, because I had one fail I had one of my own fail, which was really quite a shock to me. Been working absolutely fine in the model for ages. Went and did a firmware update. Boom, dead. But anyway, so yeah, that has gone back, mate. Don't worry about that. This is really red. Yeah, I might need to play about with the settings a little bit. Now, originally when I sort of set this all up and everything, it all works on USB basically. So the what I was hoping I could do. Here we go. It's changing now. Here we go. It's changing. So we're going out of the red. We now go to like a sort of more purpley sort of colour, and then that will gradually sort of transist all the way into dark blue, and then the whole layout turns into night mode, etc. And then you can see look at the light bleed. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, you can see all the light bleed coming through those buildings now. That's absolutely hilarious. Obviously, you can see things like my Derby Lightweight. That's all lit up there. So the shed's all lit up. The station building's all lit up. I need to do all the lamps across the station. Get all those in as well. That'll make that all look really nice as well. Again, the cameras have adjusted for it. The fact that it's daylight outside probably doesn't help it as well. Basically, if I change the camera, to one of the over cameras, that'll probably give you a better kind of sense. Sort of. I don't know. The shed one's probably the best. Hang on. There we go. So the shed there gives you a really nice overview, that kind of thing. So yeah, it does change again. So this is like sort of start of the night, and then it will gradually transition. Excuse me. It basically, it'll go really, really dark, really blue, etc. But there again, you can also see the fact that like the layout has underlighting now, which is just normal. So yeah, no, all on a timer. You're exactly right, Aaronville. So basically, it's I think I've got it on an hour and a half daytime. I think it's either 10 or 15 minutes morning and evening settings, and then I've got a half an hour night time setting basically. So earlier in the year, as some of you know, myself and Jenna, my lovely wife, my suffering wife, I think is probably the best way to explain it, because how the heck she puts up with me taking her on holiday to model railway places, I have no idea. But anyway, we went to Miniature Wonderland in Hamburg, and obviously, as some of you have probably seen my Byway MPD layout, that has a sort of similar lighting system. And when we were over there, Jenna saw this and kind of said, could I do this on the layout at home? And I said, well, yeah. It probably cost me a little bit in LED strips, etc. I've still got more to go up, annoyingly, as well. So I was a bit short down that far end, so I got another 5 metre strip. That will just finish that section off, and down at the loop end I'm going to double it back on itself a little bit, just so it basically gives me a bit more light on the loop end. I've then also got a plan to do a little bit more, because what I did was I doubled back the RGB, because there's an RGB strip and then there's a white strip. There's two different strips basically. The RGB I doubled up in here originally, because originally I had it on the Alexa control lighting, and that wasn't really working out for me, in the sense that I could say change the light, this sort of thing. In actual fact, I'm now using those LED strips for the under lighting on the layout, actually. But yeah, so I've basically got new strips, etc. But the RGB one I basically left up on there, and because I've doubled up the RGB up there, I kind of feel that the RGB lets the side down a little bit. Messages from the great beyond. There Bear with me. Just explain to someone. Sorry, I'm live on YouTube. Always a fun thing. Ah, do you know what? That's a great idea, Ironbridge. Right. Ironbridge? Iron Horse. Sorry. Ironbridge is a place. Right. So, yeah, what we need to do is we need to go start sticking some fireboxes on in some of these locomotives. The annoying thing is, though, I cannot for the life of me remember what the heck is over there. That must be over there. That must be over there. Ooh, why is that one not working? Oh. Oh, he's a clever boy. Didn't actually set that one up right. Bear with me a sec, guys, because I need to come over here and actually work out what's over here. Of course, by this point, I'm going to make a lot of noise now. What's over here? Sorry, guys. Yeah, so hopefully that kind of works. Someone's taking on water now, and the little loco lamps are on. Yes, they are. Yeah, yeah. Some of them are a bit bright, but yeah. So I've been trying. This is the problem. Like everything's going to get really. Everything's going to get really loud and really kind of annoying, actually. So maybe this wasn't my finest moment. I'm okay with that. That'll do. Right. So yeah. Ironbridge. Yeah. That looks mint, lad. Or it did. Thanks. Yeah, so not a 4F, it's a 3F. That is the 3F that took a tumble off the top of Byway. Not this year, it was last year at the Statfold Barn exhibition. A gentleman basically leant forward and thought that the curtain under my layout was a board that he could lean on, and promptly proceeded to fall through the curtain, taking the layout kind of back with him. So yeah, now unfortunately at the time, most of the locos stayed on the layout. However, the 3F was on the top of the layout at the time. That proceeded to basically fall, and it basically it fell. It landed on the carpet. And from what I can remember of the brief second that I saw it, it looked like it landed on my little rollout carpet that I take round to shows with me, because I don't like standing on hard concrete floors, so I always take like a little mat or some padded mats with me, etc. It looked like it was okay. Now, unfortunately, at the time, I also had the Series 1 or Generation 1 or whatever you want to call them, iPad. Not the iPad minis that I use here, not these small ones. It was a full fat Generation 1 or Generation 2 iPad. So it's quite chunky and it's quite heavy. That also promptly proceeded to fall, and out of all the places it could have fallen, it decided to basically go corner down straight onto the corner of the 3F. And that, at that point, when I saw it land, I thought, oh, that's okay. And then I just watched this iPad go bang straight onto it. At that point, I knew it was going to be a intense repair. So yeah, I've managed to basically get hold of the parts. Oh, actually, I can do something quite cool here. Actually, hang on. Right. So let me just take the 3F. I'm gonna flip that over there because that's got my address on. And what I can do is I've installed a desk lamp. He says, hang on. A desk lamp? Not a desk lamp, a desk camera. Excuse me. Right, so I'm going to go black for a second. So I do apologise. So bear with me a second, guys. It's one of these two. It's not that one. It's not that one. Oh, it's going to be... This is the problem. A lot of these the cameras just basically come up and label themselves as USB cameras. So out of the list of all the cameras, I have a long... Aha! Right, cool. Excellent. There we go. Right. Let me just chuck some of this stuff out of the way, etc. We can have a little play with this, so bear with me. Let me just let me close that a second, and then what I can do is I can drag the camera out. So if I just basically, let me just play with the settings a second. Woohoo! Big camera. Wahoo! Massive camera. Bear with me. That was quite a large. Okay, now the other problem is this should be the bottom, so I need to tweak that around. Hang on. So I need to flip the image. Hang on, flip the image. There we go. And by the looks of it, I need to mirror it by the looks of it, because as you can see, works there. Oh, that's on the wrong side as well. Oh, so that's, yeah, that definitely needs mirroring. So how do I do that? Oh my gosh, this picture's massive. Hang on, what? Ah, right, hang on then. So if I... Hey, look at that. That works. Hang on. Woohoo! Right hand, left hand. Woohoo! That worked. Right. Anyway, so yeah, no. Basically, I installed a little camera just up on top of my desk. So I thought, wouldn't it be really cool when I was working that I could film some of the stuff I do. So yeah, this was basically the 3F that basically had a massive hit. Unfortunately, you can see some of the tender rail just there by my finger. That's been unfortunately broken. But yeah, as a whole, I've managed to get this back. I've managed to get it back together quite well. There are a few little things I will tweak and try and sort out at some point. I've had to sort out a new chimney for it, etc. It does run okay. I've updated the sound file on it as well. Give it some love while I was at it, because basically now I'm basically having to try and make my own sound files now. So I'm having to go out and record certain things, etc. So yeah, I've tweaked that quite a bit. But yeah, I mean this was probably one of the first engines, in my collection that basically received a lot of love from me. So yeah, it seemed a real shame just to kind of let it sit in a cabinet and not work anymore. But yeah, so new desk cam. There we go, guys. So yeah, I'm really happy about that actually. Let me just save that. So yeah. But yeah, no, it's fixed. It's fixed, etc. I'll turn that round just for Iron Bridge. I'll turn it back round for Iron Bridge. There you go. So now he can see. Is that one? No. No, it's that one. I'll get there eventually. But there you go. You can see the firebox glowing away. Iron Horse. No, love it. But yeah, at the same token, it means I can show you guys a bit more of the app that I'm using, etc., and do various cool things. Iron Bridge probably isn't far from you actually, but yeah, anyway. So yeah, that's kind of the thing that's going on here. So yeah, no, I really appreciate all you guys coming in and watching. As I say, it was a bit of an ad hoc kind of demo, so I wasn't planning to do a live stream, but you know what, you've got to get to the point. You've got to get to a point where you just decide, do you know what, I need to do something. Put that on the track. I have a little Hawthorne Leslie here as well. Iron Horse has also had a Hawthorne Leslie, which has basically had some JMC loving. So I hope that's all going good for you, mate, etc. Why is that one? Just this one loco. This one loco, right? If you don't do it, if you leave it on power, it just decides that it just wants to shut down. It doesn't want to do anything. If I take it off power and I leave it for a few minutes, if I put it just back on the track in front of me here, I can guarantee you it will all just fire up into life. No, I haven't got a clue. Don't know why it does it. It's just this one loco that decides to do it. Anyway, yeah, so lots has changed with the layout. Wow, it's 8 o'clock already. Where did the time go? I never get this as well. I did see someone in the chat basically saying, is Jenna all right? The honest answer is yes, she is absolutely fine. I don't know why I said that, sorry. No, Jenna is absolutely fine. Puts up with me doing lots of railway stuff still. She does a little bit of railway stuff herself now. Obviously she's got her little 5-inch gauge Alice, which she's been plotting around with and playing with. That doesn't sound right. But yeah, she's basically learning how to steam Alice. We've taken that out a few times now. And we do enjoy running that little engine, actually. It's pretty cool. That was Clydebridge, actually. It said, how's the wife? By the way, yep, she is absolutely fine, mate. We're just kind of getting on with things. All good, really. Yeah, all good. So yeah, the desk camera's a new feature, basically. I don't know if I can zoom. Maybe I can zoom out a little bit. I'm going to play with the settings a bit more on this one. Zoom, zoom, zoom. That sounds like Sheldon, doesn't it? Oh, hang on, no, that's zoom. Which doesn't do anything. That's funny. That's pan. Oh. Oh. Oh, wrong way. Low light compensation. Yeah, as I said, the camera idea was basically as I do some of the install work and work on the engines, etc. I can basically just hit the record button that way. So when I'm working on an engine and all that sort of stuff, you guys can actually see what's involved and what's going on, etc. I mean, the pad itself, you know, I mean yeah, I mean, to be fair, the pad is there, so we're not really losing. In actual fact, if I pull that down a bit, there we go, we can actually see the edge of that. So that's pretty cool, because that the other reason for this pad being here as well is it also gives me a kind of work area that's visible on the camera, that kind of thing. So yeah, pretty cool. How many more times do I need to wave my hands about? Remember those adverts where it was like you've been tangoed? Yeah, I've lost the plot. I really have. We've still got the big me cam. There we go. So you can see all of me. Fantastic. Really need to change that calendar. I don't even know what month we're in. That's bad. Oh, look at that little J94. That's the J94. And the amusing thing is I can actually tell you that that particular J94 is over at the Haverthwaite Railway because of the Giesel, the chimney, basically, on it is basically a Giesel type one. So, yeah. Crikey, everyone's in the chat now. Peter Jackson, Heritage Road, Arronville, Jerry BVR, Aaron, Clydebury, crikey, they're all in there. Iron Horse Railways, yeah. Iron Horse has taken a bit of a step back from things as well at the moment as well. It does get difficult at times to do railways kind of thing, etc. I'm glad that he's kind of sticking with it a little bit. I'm glad he's doing a few little videos here and there. It's probably much like myself, really. It just gets to the point where you need to kind of toe the line somewhere. Right. If I just put that camera on, whoops, wrong one. Yeah. What did I say? Just like that. Put it back on the track and it works. Don't know why it does it. It's not the decoder because I've changed the decoder for a different one and it still does exactly the same. So the only thing I can put it down to is maybe I've got something set wrong in the file. But there we go. Anyway. I'm doing videos once every 2 weeks or so now. Whenever I feel I call to make one. Weekly context. Going a bit slack. Full-time job, families, etc. Yeah, no, I get it completely, mate. At the end of the day, it is just completely and utterly one of those things, isn't it? You just can't make the time for everything, can you? I'm trying to adjust the camera. Ooh. Trying to adjust the camera. There you go. Oh, crikey, I can see all the inside of the signal box. That was a rubbish idea. Never mind, I should have just left that alone, really. Shall we run a train? Sorry. Been looking after the niece all weekend, so everything is singing. everything is like all about singing, etc. So yeah, I've literally been singing along, all sorts, etc. Kind of thing. So we're probably in the dead of night now. I didn't realise I had that set that loud. Sorry. So new file on that one as well. So yeah, I've changed all that. So what we'll do is we'll go there, we'll go there. Oh, hang on, I need to, bear with me a sec, because what I need to do is I need to go and clear the loop, because I don't think the loop is clear at the moment. I need to turn the camera back round. Oh, that's rubbish. So yeah, there's the loop. Basically, basically we've got a few engines down there at the moment. So the 37 is down there. Whoa, I cannot do that, sorry guys. So yeah, I've got the 37 down the far end there, so we can turn on some of the things. This is the Batman 37, by the way, guys. So yeah, we can turn all that on there. I've got the new addition to the fleet today, which is a, oh crikey, I can't hit numbers, can I? So yeah, we got the new 68 down there. Just take the Caroline inspection saloon off because the sound's going in there basically. So yeah, I need to do something with that. I need to basically get some coach recordings, etc. I want to do a big thing about the drive sound with the coach sound, etc. So that'll make a really good pairing with the 37. Iron Horse. The originally I had the 10,000 as a class 50, and what I've basically done is I've basically changed it over to the class 40 sound. I wanted to basically have a play and try, so I've tried new speakers, etc. in it as well. I've also got a nice playable horn on F3, and then a short horn on F2, and then if I change direction, you get a slightly different tone out of them as well. So that's kind of cool. And then for the eagle-eyed viewers amongst you, you'll have actually seen that Thomas is down the far end as well. Oh, hello, we got white lights. White light coming on now. It'll be the early morning departure. This is the only problem though, the cameras, or the exposure on the camera goes a bit crazy to start with. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. With the truck as well. I can't time this, can I? Absolute fluke. So yeah, no, we're just going into morning, basically. So everything's going to start to get a little bit brighter around here. Lights all turned off in buildings, etc. So that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah. You can hear the whistle of the 40. That's probably the main reason I didn't use the 40 sound. I can turn it up if you want. Play Chase the Loco, Chase the Loco. So I've got the overview one there, and then we can cut to the in the signal box one. Of course, I do apologise for the fact that everything's going to be a little bit... They're making Mark 1 Suburban coaches, Iron Horse, of which I have 4 coming. So yeah, we've got that camera view there. So then what I can do is, just as it gets to this point here... Oh, that's quite slow, isn't it? I don't like that one, that's a bit jerky. We can skip to that camera there. That looks quite jerky, doesn't it, guys? And then when we get to this point, we can then skip a few, and then we can go. Not the smoothest of cameras there, is it, guys? So we can go down to the loop now. Oh, and of course Thomas went moonlighting at somebody else's layout, so things have been set on it. So let me just talk quickly. Oh, missing all the action, hang on. Need to work on those cameras a bit, I think. So the point is actually against it, so the signal should have been against it as well. But basically, because the point was against it, basically the loco's come to a stop. Actually, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Tim Iceland, evening, John. Welcome, surprise. I didn't realise you were streaming tonight. No, nobody did. I've done this completely on the ad hoc. So yeah, welcome along, Tim. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate that. It was literally a spur of the moment thing. But yeah, so let me just go back to reading the comments. Steady on, Thomas. Yeah, no, Thomas is there. Dun, dun, dun. What does the whistle on Thomas sound like? Pretty good, actually. I'm not saying anything. Just tag you on Instagram. What? That's obviously not for me. Is that one of the Wiesmann vehicle setups? It certainly is. Yep. So I've got one of the trucks trundling around the layout at the moment. The plan is that the trucks will go into the diesel depot end because they're a bit more modern. And then what I will have is I will have the little Volkswagen Beetle trundling around this end of the layout. Basically, it will look good with all the cars, etc. So you've missed the night time as well. So the layout now does night and day modes, etc. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It was for you. Shout out the stream. Just tagged you on Instagram. Sold 11 motors which I had been avoiding. Get the motivation watching your stream and layout. TS Railways, I really do appreciate that. That is pretty cool. I saw you've done work on the return loop. I've done a little bit on the return loop. Yeah, do watch it back later because we always say we go into nighttime mode. So basically, I have a setting on the layout basically that allows me to go at night and time and daytime. So you'll see up here, you can see the strip light running along there now. So that is basically the new layout lighting setup, and what it does is basically does an hour and a half daytime, and then we basically get a 10-minute transition from into evening. We get after that 10 minutes we go into nighttime, and then we get a morning transition after half an hour. The morning transition lasts for 10 minutes, and then we go back to day. I believe we are nearly in daytime, full daytime. I don't think we're quite there yet, to be honest. Maybe we are, I don't know, my eyes have gone all funny. But there we go. Right, so I skip into here. Oh, I've got a teddy bear in the way as well. Right, so I need to... Haunted Railways, that's our niece, and basically we've had her this weekend. She's great, mate, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, lots more fun times to come, I'm sure. Let's get the teddy bear out of the way. Need to go there. Need to go back. Firebox. Aha! Here we go. We're going full daytime now. There you go. That's better. That's full daytime. I was wondering when that was going to happen. But there we go. So that's full daytime basically now. So yeah, everything's quite bright in here now. Wow. You do get a shine off my forehead from it as well, so that's pretty impressive. Excellent. Love it. Woo-wee, that is bright now. It's weird when you watch it. Right, let's get that. So yeah, we've now got the 10,000 all parked up in there. There goes the truck. Lovely. Oh blimey, Tim, you're going to have to go back and watch a lot of this now, because yeah, they're all pretty cool as well. The bins. What bins? What bins are you referring to? These ones on the platform here. So those bins are actually from Ollie, Wardle Road. But the cool thing is because they're labelled up Wardle Road, it's WR. So this layout is called Westmoreland. So Westmoreland Railway. WR. It works. Fantastic. Thank you very much for that, Ollie. Woo! Oh, do you know? Oh, right. Let me just park up the 10,000. Hang on. We need to lose the 10,000, right? Because let's just turn the volume down a little bit on it. Right. Basically, the speakers that are in the Black 5 are one of the EM1s, basically. That's in the tender. And then I've got a 15 by 11 by 12 in the smoke box, basically. Now, the sound file is my own, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I got an opportunity to basically get hold of some recordings of a Black 5 through obviously work, etc. And yeah, that was pretty cool. So yeah, played about, tweaked it, got some new stuff as well. Went and recorded some new stuff. I got some fabulous new recording gear, by the way. So yeah, absolutely love it. But yeah, the sound file on that Black 5. Yeah, oh, I love it. It's very good. It's very, very good. I love it a lot, actually. Right, but what we need to do is we need to go get this. Hang on. Let's get this thing parked up. See if my uncoupling ramps still work. They do. Excellent. Right. Wrong way. Ah. So what we need to do is we need to lose the 10,000 for a minute. Let's get the 10,000 out of here. Still get the distinctive sound of point motors. Yes, I still use the MP1s. So yeah. Oh dear, that's gone horribly wrong. Oh dear, what's happened there? Nothing. It's just not thrown. Where's that? Maybe. Oh, that's what I've done. Whoops. Let's try that again, shall we? I didn't throw the point correctly. A wee spot of wrong line running going on here. Because what we're going to do... And it's in the dirt! Yes! In the dirt. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to run it down here and we're basically going to go for a little drive in the new section. It won't get very far, admittedly, because I do think I don't believe I've got much power in there just yet, but it will go in and it will stop, so that'll be alright, that'll be fine. Yep, there goes the power. Don't think that's quite far enough back for you. I'll just give that a little pull out the way, that kind of thing. Right, so I need to go and basically reset some of these points. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to basically set this for Ironbridge. I've done it again! Ironbridge! Iron Horse! I'm sorry, it started as a joke and now I keep saying it, so I'm really sorry, mate. Oh dear. Ironbridge is actually a place, by the way. So... need to quiet the teddy bear, don't I? Silence. Silence the teddy bears. Oh, that's weird, that didn't set. That should have... okay. Clearly there are things. We need to go to the shed view. Make sure the turntable. We didn't check the exposure on that camera, did we? And then we need to go turntable. Oh, that camera. Oh, this is a problem with exposure. Things on the cameras need tweaking at times. I hope the picture's clear for you guys. I don't know. For me, it's looking a bit hazy at times. So I hope it's clear enough for you. Just let me know what you guys think. Stop right there. Stop that there. The turntable's now fixed and working as it should. So basically goes around at a nice slow rate now, and the figure that you can see stood on the bridge is basically my way of telling if it's head or tail end of the turntable. Not that it matters, because of the way the JMRI system works, you basically select the opposite end of the tables anyway, so it actually works quite well in that sort of sense. You can make the man out on the turntable just fine. See, that's why I added him there. You know, I added the man there just so we could see it absolutely perfectly clear. But yeah, of course, I'd be lying if I said yep. Need to get it set up on the turntable. Not looking forward to setting it up. It's tricky. It's a little bit tricky at times. So this turntable, basically, I said to a guy that I used to know in the shop back when I worked at Digitrains. I said to him that I was after a turntable, and he basically said he had a spare one. So yeah, basically went over to his house that evening and picked up a spare turntable, basically. So I had a few little tweaks to make to it. I had to alter a few things to basically get it working the way I want it to work, as opposed to the way they want it to work. So basically the center ring of the Pico turntable has been modified, so it's a continuous ring now, and then basically the middle pin that comes up through the center to basically do the rotation, that's also live as well. So that carries basically one track current up and then vice versa. So yeah, basically the bridge throughout the entire 360 is completely live. It's a heck of an injector. Oh, I just realised, have I got the second microphone turned on? Oh, I have. Cool. Excellent. So, yeah, you do have... I can't remember which one it is now. It's this one. Not that one. Oh, maybe it's the far end. Hang on. I don't know which one it is. It says one of the Logitech camera. Oh, hang on. I don't know which one it is now. I'm slightly confused. Never mind. Right. Down, 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 down. I hope it's coming through nice and clear for you anyway. Yeah, I'm not sure if it is the loop end anymore because I've changed the camera now, so I'm not sure if it's... Oh. What? What? I'm sorry, everyone heard that, okay? That changed as I was running over it. I suppose that's what I get really for trying to do a live stream when I've not really tested the system in ages. Had to quickly run the track cleaner around the place as well. That was quite entertaining. Hello. Can I call you back, buddy? I'm in the middle of a live stream on YouTube. Cheers. How strange. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that. We're getting... double slip misbehaving. Yeah, usually it's three-way points that usually misbehave, but yeah, my double slips are playing up actually. So double slips are in fact really easy to wire up, but everyone seems to make them out to be some mythological blooming thing. It's quite hilarious actually, so yeah. Nice and bassy. Go to that camera, which is the other side of the signal box. Ooh, do you know what I have just worked out? Cheer up, it's a beautiful day, says Thomas. Right. Sorry, there is a reason I'm playing with the platform. All will be revealed in a second. So as you know, as some of the regular viewers will know, I have Mrs. JMC here on the layout, but recently I had myself scanned. Ha 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 ha. Yes, boys and girls, I had myself scanned. So, and I got to be honest. Now, down at Tunnel Lane, He did a amazing job of painting these figures for me. I did a favour for him, so I said do me a favour and do a paint job for me. Now, I mean, this figure is incredible. I mean, he's even picked out the watch on my arm, for goodness sake. And how he's done that, I have no idea. But anyway. Mr. JMC is now on the layout, basically. Now, I do have other ones here, and if you so wish, you can go and order. So basically, what I did was I had myself scanned. So hang on, this is where the desk camera is going to come in real handy. So yeah, so basically, I had myself scanned, and I had two types done. I had a sitting figure done. So I'm basically done in the same way that they do the 37 drivers for the Akira scale models. As I have 11 of them, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have a little JMC? I'm not going to say Little John because that just, oh, too late. But anyway, yeah, so you can order me as a sitting down figure to go in your Class 37s. So that is number 1080. So yeah, if you want Model U figure, you can get that one. Or you can get me as a... But I don't know how well you can see that, but you can actually see he's managed to pick out the watch on my arm. I mean, what on earth? How impressive is that? So yeah, big shout out to Dan at Tunnel Lane there. So yeah, yes, Gay John, ha ha ha. It's like being back at school. Yeah, so yeah, so there you go. If you guys want some little JMC, little John JMCs around your layout, so that one there, oops, yeah, get that. Gonna have to get used to that. So that one there, Standing John, you can basically go and order him 1044, and you can basically go and order him basically. Oh, actually, I just realised if you go and scan the QR code, hold that as still as I can. But yeah, if you go and scan the I do very much need a Little John. I didn't actually realise that. There you go. Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, yeah. So you can actually scan. You can actually scan that QR code now, guys, and yeah, you can go and order. You can go and order Little John. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, I needed to do it. As I said, Jenna had hers done quite a while back now, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool to basically have Jenna and John on the platform. I need to lift myself up a little bit here. Yep. So that's pretty cool. Really happy with that. Wow, it's 9 o'clock. What on earth? Where did that go? Right. Anyway, Iron Bridge. Sorry, no, Iron Horse. I'm going to start calling you Iron Horse Railways. This one's for you, mate. This is basically the Black 5. I'll try and chase it round the layout as quick as I can. So yeah, we'll just go round. Oh, the LMS whistles. Oh, mate. I had so much fun recording those LMS whistles. They are so good. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll basically just wait for the engine to come back. What we'll do is we'll park it up and we'll move on. Where's the Blue Pullman? The Blue Pullman has unfortunately gone to a new home. So as I said, lots of things have changed. In the meantime, lots of locos have gone. The crane has now gone. As I say, lots of things have basically been moved on. I've had a bit of a clear out, bit of a sort out. Got rid of some locos that I really didn't want anymore, really didn't need anymore. So yeah. What's my favourite engine? My favourite engine is the Midland Compound 1000. That is the one that's currently residing in the Borough Hill Roundhouse. That is my favourite loco. I do have two of those models, one of which has got a nice weathering job, one of which is pristine, and I will eventually get round to sound fitting them at some point. Oh, we've broke it. Oh. Right, hang on. Let's quickly change the thing. There we are. So Iron Horse there. Cannot get over how that sounds. It literally doesn't sound like a model. Through my TV, it sounds like a proper Black 5. Thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate that. So that is my Black 5 sound file for MS Zimo sound decoders, basically. It was a bit of a labour of love of mine. I kind of got this new kind of found love for the Black 5, especially joining Ellis Clark Trains and their nice Black 5s. So that basically inspired me to basically dig out some old stuff I had, which wasn't very good. So yeah, and of course when I joined Ellis Clark, I needed to get some new recording gear anyway. So he tasked me with the sort of he tasked me with basically going and get some new recording equipment, basically, and that is basically what I've ended up with. It's blooming awesome. I absolutely love it. It's brilliant. So yeah, as Zoe says, it almost seems real. Thank you very much, Jerry BBR. I appreciate that. Yeah. Always was a fan of the thing, but starting to like Zimos now. They're kind of much of muchness, really. Zimos, I tend to use Zimos more in my Steam stuff. A lot of my diesels are ESUs, for instance. So the Class 20 I've got in the corner here, if I just quickly fire that up. That's an ESU sound file, basically. That one there. Yeah, Zimmer makes some really small ones, so things like the MS500, so I've got one in my hand here. So yeah, the Mark Wilson. Oh, mate. You're just joining us literally as we're just about to leave the stream, unfortunately, but never mind. So, yeah, let me just go to my Micam. So that is a MS500 sound decoder that Zimmo make. It is approximately 14mm by... call it 10. So yeah, 14 by 10mm. I mean, just how mad is that? Absolutely crazy. Small decoder. It got some fantastic ones. I've got an old V4 here in front of me as well, actually. So I need to. It's got an old Ginty, not Ginty, excuse me. It's got an old Panya sound file on it. So yeah, I need to part with that actually. So yeah, at some point that will be going. Because I'm upgrading a lot of my stuff at the moment, getting rid of my old V4 stuff, getting the MSs all fitted in the locos as well. Mark Wilson, really appreciate you popping in, mate. Thanks for that. Late to the party, Mr. Little Wicket. Hey, Rob, really appreciate you dropping in, mate. A very impromptu kind of live stream. I just decided to do it. Out of the blue. I do actually have one of the Hornby TXS 21-pin decoders, mainly because I just keep an eye on things of what they're doing, what new files are out. I still say for the diesel stuff, these are pretty good. These are pretty good. When it comes to the Steam side, though, they let themselves down a bit. However, there are ways of getting around the Steam thing if you introduce triggers to them. So it's basically what they've done in their new Steam-fitted ones. So basically, they've got a trigger thing on the axle which basically triggers the Steam generator, but it also triggers the sound as well. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, pretty much. We'd like to get a hold of one of the Black 5s. So the Steam generator Black 5, when that comes out, I have a plan to get a hold of one of them. One, I want to put an MS chip in it, and two, I want to put my Black 5 sound file in it. But yeah, I'm curious. I really want to have a play with one of the Steam generator ones because I think I can do better. How many times have I said that before and ended up coming up top trumps? But anyway, guys, it is 2 minutes past 9. I could probably carry on if I'm honest. It's, I think the nicest way to put it is it's great to be back. You know, I will try and do these again on a 2-weekly basis like I used to. Please forgive me if it doesn't end up that way. It does take a lot of time and it does do a lot of things. I bet you could do better than Hornby too. Thank you very much, Rob. I appreciate that. Iron Horse, appreciate it again, mate. Night. Good night, all. And yeah, I look forward to seeing more progress with your layout, buddy, and seeing what you do. Always keep an eye on the channel. Always keep an eye on things. Look forward to seeing the Hawthorne Leslie on your channel as well. Seeing what you do there. Do you know what? I've not actually run my Hawthorne Leslie this evening, so I do have mine up here. I have Spider for anyone that's keeping track. That's a lovely little engine. Dapo have done a fab job of these. Yeah, I don't get it really. It's a really nice little engine. It's actually having Spider. I kind of want to get Henry as well, if I'm honest, just because it's got a nice open cab on the back as well, actually. But yeah, so watch this space. These are very cool. I've done my own little sound file for these as well. Admittedly, I'm not overly happy with the whistles, so I do want to change them a little bit. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that space. As I said, I will probably change the whistles at some point. I mean, there's so many of them out there that they would have been different whistles all over the place anyway. But yeah, so yeah, oh man, yeah, glad stream, great stream, glad to see you back. Thank you very much. Night all. Hawthorne is lovely. Yeah, they're brilliant little engines. They really are fab little things. I've got to remember how to turn all this stuff off now. This is quite funny. To be fair, I can just And of course, the other thing I can also do is I can actually just turn around and tell Alexa. I don't call it that though, but yeah, I could just turn around and tell Amazon to turn it all off as well. Actually, that's the way I've got it all wired up at the moment, etc. Thanks ever so much again, guys. Sorry it was a bit of an ad hoc kind of thing. I literally just decided to do it literally at 6 o'clock this evening. So yeah, no warning, no time or anything like that. Maybe I will sort of get out there and do more things and everything like that. So Dave R84, thanks John for the live stream, very enjoyable, really appreciate that, thank you. I try and do them as best I can. I try and do different things, etc. Hi John, Chris Jones, Blamek, everyone's popping in now, it's quite funny. This is more a channel where I try and do sort of a blog about my railway and about what I'm doing per se. Obviously I do a lot of DCC stuff. By all means, if you guys got any questions or anything like that, or you see anything on my channel that you need a question answering about, by all means drop me a comment and I'll be happy to come back to you as soon as I can. It is a labour of love, I think it's probably the best way to explain it. I started it, as I say, I started it as a bit of a blog just to kind of follow my railway and follow what I was doing with things, etc. It's progressed into something a little bit more. I never really thought that was going to happen at the time. I'm really flattered. So thank you ever so much for everyone that tunes in, subscribes, etc. By all means, share the stream and all this sort of stuff. I'm not going to say no to more people coming and checking out the channel, etc. Obviously, the bigger you get, the more adverse you get, and the more trolls, I think would probably be the word, a lot of people tend to use, that you tend to pick up. But never mind, it's one of those things, you put yourself out there in society, you're going to get it. So I'm too laid back to care at the end of the day. I'm always of the opinion that I can have, either you're laughing at me or with me, but if you're laughing, I don't care. I'm having fun, so that's the way I do it. Anyway, take care guys, thank you ever so much for watching, tuning in so late, really appreciate it. Great to be back.